Hello everybody, welcome to Lily's Pad, or Lily's Sketch Pad, excuse me. Brought to you by Force One Studios. I am your host, Tom Lilly. I just wanted to touch base with everybody. It's been a while since we've done any videos, and I do apologize for that. I wanted to touch base with you and let you know what's going on, why I haven't done any videos or posted anything on Instagram. Believe it or not, it's actually because of several things. One, I've been working on video production for the new Lily Sketchpad. As you see right here, I have a logo design that I did for that Lily Sketchpad show, and it's a show that I plan on doing from now on. Anyway, the other reason why is, unfortunately, I got sick. I was out sick for 4 days. Out of work at SEPTA. I was in bed with 102 fever. It wasn't pretty. It was actually pretty horrible. I had an upper respiratory infection, and things didn't go very well. Actually didn't go very well at the time, but I'm better now. I still have some congestion going on, but I'm living with it and working and trying to make things happen. I'm trying to get back into the groove of things. This is one of the reasons why I'm doing this video. I would have done a video sooner, but I've been having some production issues. OBS, again, a little difficult to learn. I was having an issue with some mic issues. For some reason, I couldn't get the volume or get the mic to work, and I couldn't talk. A lot of video, but me just going fucking, and no sound. But I figured out how to fix it. Ironically enough, I had to FaceTime call myself to get the mic to initiate. I don't know. I think it was something to do with an update I just recently did on my Mac. I went to new operating system and upgraded it, and it might have caused my mic to shut off. But going on the FaceTime actually seemed to help fix that situation. Anyway, the other issue is I cannot tell a lie, is time constraints. I have a lot going on. I work for SEPTA, full-time job, and as a result, it eats up a lot of my time. Again, I do apologize. If I work at 8.5 hour, my actual run that I run is a scope of work for the day, is about 8.6 hours. 4 days of the week, with on a 1 day during the weekend, which is 8.5 hours. But if you count in travel time, I'm actually away from the house about 10 to 11, 12 hours a day. And then also on SEPTA has this policy where on your 6th day or your first day off, they're allowed to do what's called a draft, where they can draft you to bring you into work. And unfortunately, I've been drafted, or I've actually been putting in some overtime as well, because family needs money. So I wanted to make sure that was taken care of. Anyway, a lot of that's actually put some constraints on what I'm doing. But I am still working on my story. I am still writing the story for Solomon's Temple. I've not stopped doing that. It's one thing I wanted to give credit to. Doug Teepublic, thank you very, very much. You had an awesome idea. These little 3x5 postcard, or little 3x5 index cards. Oh my God, I've been doing it the hard way. I was writing stuff down in a little notebook, and I was scratching stuff off, and it just was becoming a mess. But those little index cards, oh, what a blessing. Making my life easier to make changes, easier to move things around. And ironically, my wife was like, silly, don't you remember using those in college when you were doing term papers? They said put everything on flashcards. Didn't even click, but you gave me the idea, and I wanted to thank you very much for that. All right, back to video production. I wanted to make some changes to what was going on with Lily's Sketchpad. I was originally calling it Lily's Pad, but then I found out that there was a bar up in Boston, I think it is, that actually has the name Lily's Pad. The reason why I wanted to use Lily's Pad is my last name is Lily, and when I was younger, people used to call me Lily Pad. Yo, what's up, Lily Pad? Or yo, Lily. I hear that all the time at work now. Everybody calls me Lily by my last name, not my first name, Tom. Every once in a while, I hear Tom, but most of the time it's yo, Lily. What's up? So I was just figuring, why not use Lily Pad? But then when I found out, I was trying to use the old, sketch pad, all that Lily's Pad. But when I found out that the bar had already used that and they were actually doing videos featuring Lily's Pad, I figured, okay, well, I can't do that. So I had to change it. So instead of using Lily's Pad, I decided to go with Lily's Sketch Pad. Fits a little bit better anyway because, it's a sketch pad, sort of sketchbook. But I think it worked. And as you can see here, there's a nifty little logo. It's in here on my Photoshop. But I also wanted to go over what's to come. I am actually working on some more post-production. I have enlisted the help of my oldest son, Christian, who has gone to Apple Tech and learned how to do things on Apple computers and using Apple software. And he's really good with 3D animation and using Photoshop for animation. And he's actually going to help me create a new opening scene for Lily's Sketchpad. It's going to be featuring my logo, my Force One Studios logo, and Lily's Sketchpad logo. And it's going to be really cool when we're done. I'm really looking forward to having that. It's going to be the opening credit scene for the show. But still in production, still working on it. But I just again wanted to touch base with you and make sure you knew what was going on. Also, what's in person? I plan on doing 3 videos a week, or actually 4 videos, but 3 of those videos are going to be pre-recorded videos, not live. Just to show you guys what's going on, what I'm working on, projects I'm working on, showing you doing artwork. I watched some of my old videos, and I have to be honest with you. They were snores fest. They really didn't work for me at all. I was not happy with them. I felt like I was putting people to sleep, and I couldn't do that. I don't want people. I'm trying to draw you in. I need you here with me. I need you to work with me. I'm trying to build a crowd, build an audience, and I want you people to come along with me for the ride and hopefully join me on this excellent adventure as I build this new graphic novel, Solomon's Temple. It's only book one of a book 1 of 9 book series, to be honest with you. It's going to be 9 books featuring 3 brothers, 3 different genres, and it's going to really interesting way of how I'm overlapping things and making it all focus into one, where it's going to actually be an extra 3 books at the end of this 9 book series. There's going to be a conclusion, a 3-part finisher. That's going to be a conclusion to what's going on with Solomon's Temple and the other 2 characters. I don't want to give away their names yet because I want you to be excited when I bring those 2 characters' names out. I promise you it's going to be awesome. The 4th video of the week is going to be once a week. I'm going to do a live stream. Now, I had tried attempting live streams before. Nobody ever showed up. And I'll be honest with you, again, it seemed like it was a bore's fest. I don't want to put people to sleep. And every once in a while, somebody creep in and they soon fall off and not really get involved and not really enjoy it. And I really want people involved in my videos. I want interaction. I want communication between you and me. I want everybody to feel happy. I want enjoyment, I want fun, and I want laughter. And I figured out a way to do that. Excuse me, I apologize, the congestion. I'm actually going to involve my 3 sons in this. That'll be Christian, Matthew, and Vinny. As a matter of fact, if I go in here, I'll show you the overlay that's going to involve this. If you can see here, I have a nifty little overlay. here. This nifty little overlay has my Lilly sketch pad down here at the bottom, but then you see Matthew, Christian, and Vinny's name in there. Those are my three sons, and they're going to be joining me on this interview, or we interview them about what's going on in their week. We'll be talking about what's going on with my project and how things are moving, how things are progressing, and what we're doing to make a better segment for you. One of the reasons why I'm including them is because I have better interaction with people than just talking to a camera. I figured that out pretty quickly. Again, looking at my old videos, I was like, I don't want to do that. So what I want to do is I want to make people laugh. What gave me the idea of bringing these three on was one day my youngest son, Vincent, brought his girlfriend over. And me and my three sons, we started talking. And then our natural interaction is we're a sarcastic family. We're a funny family. And we get along very well. And as a result, that creates a wonderful atmosphere. And we had this girl rolling over laughing. She was in stitches. She couldn't stop. And it just dawned on me, that's what I need from you guys. That's what I need to draw you guys into this video. Why get you guys interested in my product? I need to create atmosphere, a pleasant atmosphere, atmosphere of jokes and fun and camaraderie. So I'm bringing my three sons along with me on this ride, and hopefully you'll want to join us. And this wonderful thing will blossom and become something great. I'm hoping it will, and I look forward to this journey with you. Next, I guess as I said, I came up with a new idea. I already talked to you about the logo. This was the old logo, Lilly's Pad. And it was my first attempt when I was originally thinking about redesigning Lilly's Pad. Actually, if you go back to the overlay, this was my first overlay. And it's just Force One Studios, and I was thinking about just keeping it at Force One Studios, but I felt it needs something different. What am I going to call this? The Force One Studio Show? No, because Force One Studios is my brand name. It's my Force One Studios. But there's going to be attachment parts to the Force One Studios. It's going to be graphic novels, t-shirts, mugs, wonderful, cool stuff with my artwork on it, and hopefully other artists' artwork on it that are going to involve some of my intellectual property. I want to bring other artists into this. So I didn't want to just keep it at Force One Studios. So I moved on to the next overlay, which actually was my first attempt when I came up with Lilly's Pad. As you can see here, it says Lilly's Pad, starring Thomas Lilly by Force One Studios. It was okay. I think I used it for one video, but the thing was, it just wasn't doing it for me. It was boring. I had put an image of me in the background here, silhouetted in the space, but I was sitting there figuring, what is that all about? I mean, it's not really selling my idea. It's not really putting across something interesting. So I decided to go with another attempt. I went to a different overlay. This one took the image of me out of it, the illustration that I did of my face out of it, but I put some simple illustrations of my characters into it. And I don't think I actually got a chance to use this video, but you can see again, I kept the Lilly's Pad, but this time I put down hosted by Tom Lilly, Force One Studios. It was okay, but again, it's just not doing it for me. I wasn't really enjoying it. I felt it needed something, felt it needed to be better. It just seemed too wishy-washy. So I went and moved on to the next overlay. Now this overlay, similar to the other one, but it was going to be used for different purposes. This was going to have, I guess, a bigger image of me, or this was going to be my artwork, a bigger image of me. I don't remember what I was going to use it, but I just remember I blew up the thing. Oh, I remember. Excuse me. This big square over here was going to be me when I'm talking, doing a one-on-one conversation with you like I am right now. This smaller square was actually going to be a slideshow of my artwork that I had done in the past. But again, it just felt too cluttered. It didn't feel like it gave me the story he gave you the story, and it just didn't work. I just didn't like it. So I moved on from that and went to this. Now this was a big pooper. No other words for it. It stank. I don't know what I was going for with this. I'll be honest with you. The night I was working on it till 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, ironically, it's about 4:30 right now. But when it was about 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning when I finished it, I was all ecstatic about it. I was like, oh my God, this is fresh, this is new, this is brilliant. I got an art table with a pad behind it, and then you got my sketchbook over top of it, and that was just inside that sketchbook would feature my artwork and the 8 ink splats on top of the, it kind of gives it an artsy feel with my cell phone off the side, and inside the cell phone, the picture that was going to be inside the cell phone was going to be me. You're going to have the camera focusing on me, and then it's going to have the release pad. It had the Copics markers with the various inks, and another little Copics marker brush pen here. And this had my hosted by Thomas Lilly with Force One Studios logo ever so neatly tucked down at the bottom. And I thought it was the bomb. And I went and I still wanted to stick with that family idea, so I went and created another overlay with 2 cell phones. Yeah, 2 cell phones. And I was going to do the same thing. It was going to have the artwork in the notebook part. Then I was going to have the top cell phone was going to have the video of me, and then the bottom cell was going to have the video of my 3 sons, and with us camaraderie and talking. But then I realized something when I woke up the next morning after looking at this. It was cluttered. Too much information. It just didn't fit what I needed to do. And it was cluttered. It just, that's pinpoint what it was. It was cluttered. It just didn't work. And I was frustrated. And I told my wife, I said, I don't know why, it's just too much information, too much going on. It's going to distract from what I need going on. And my wife chuckled. She goes, you forgot the number one simple rule in design. It's the number one rule in design. And I partially gave it away by saying simple. The number one rule in design. They call it KISS. Acronym is KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple, stupid. Remember that every time. When you're designing something, doing artwork, keep it simple, stupid. When you go too far and take it too far, you clutter things up. It tends to take away from the message and doesn't make it work. It just clutters it up. And it just didn't work. Again, it didn't work for me. So I did away. So I kept these overlays so I could show you guys what I was working on. But really, they just didn't do it for me. So I moved on. My next overlay was this. And this is ultimately what I decided to keep. This is very simple, very basic. I'm not going to lie. I kind of stole a little bit of this idea from Elliot Fernandez, the jerk monger. Thank you, Elliot. But I tried to stay away from his, I guess it was bubbles. He's got a black screen with bubbles in it, and he's got this over on this little side over here. He's got his icon for his Doom Kicker idea that he's working on with Doug Tenable. And I didn't want to completely rob him, but his simplicity of his design really worked for me. So I went and took that same brushes, these little ink splats, I turned them into brushes, and I kind of threw them in there and splattered in. So over here in this big square over here on this one side, you're going to actually see the artwork. As I'm drawing at my art table, you're going to see the image of the artwork. And then over here on this upper level, again, I kind of stole the layout design from Elliot Fernandez because it worked. It's very simple, very basic, but I liked his idea, and so I went with it. It's going to have over here in this slightly bigger, slightly smaller circle, but bigger than the one that's going to present me in it, is going to have a scrolling art gallery, basically just going through different art pieces that I've done. I like the way Elliot's looked, and it looked good to me, so I went ahead and started put the same thing in there again, put little ink splatters in there, so try to keep it different. And then went down in here. The bottom square is smaller, but big enough to put an image of yours truly's face in there to scare everybody. And then I put my name right above it so everybody knows who the host is, Tom Lilly. As you can see down here, I have my Lilly Sketchpad logo. And in here, again, it was a very good idea Elliot had in there. It's very simple, very basic, and it gives you guys a place to go. I put in this little wonderful thing called a tip jar, and Elliot has it. A lot of people have them on their video feeds, and we do appreciate any monetary help we can. I am currently working for SEPTA. I do okay, but almost all my money goes to taking care of my family. So I have very little extra left over in most cases to take care of other things I need to do, like production costs, buying of equipment. I'm nitpicking, buying little bits here and there, looking for bargains, trying to make everything work so I can create a good product for you. So anything can help. Over here you can see my tip jar is under HTTPS www.paypal.me/Force1Studios. Again, if you want to tip me, throw some money my way to help me out, great. I promise you it'll be good. Put the good use to make good production. That's what I'm looking for, good production. Now, further down here, you see my Instagram. I have 2 Instagrams, okay? I have my first one, which is Force1 Studios, which I am trying to primarily keep my intellectual property on. I did recently post a Batman picture illustration that I did, only because it turned out so wonderful and I just fell in love with it. It's one piece that even still right now I look at it and I'm still going, wow, I can't believe I did this. This look turned out really well. I was really pleased with the composition and everything. It's a Batman with the Joker's face and Batmobile and little bats flying around. Check it out. You should. It'll be in my my next video. I promise you, it will be in my scrolling thing. It might actually even be in there now. But anyway, the second one, back to what we're saying with Instagram, the second one is my Thomas H. Lilly 3. And Thomas H. Lilly 3, that simply is my personal account, but that mostly holds images of me and my family, but it also holds my everyday work at SEPTA, and interesting enough, it also holds the illustrations I've done of characters that aren't my intellectual property, like Batman, Superman, Aquaman, all these different characters that I've done illustrations of. A lot of them, if you look at them, you're like, wow, this is but it's because it's mostly sketchbook stuff. For a long time now, I haven't done a whole lot of final pieces, commissions and so forth. Most of the stuff I've worked on has been on a sketchbook, because up until recently, I've been working a lot of hours, talking about 60, 70, 80 hours a week at SEPTA. I've slowed down quite a bit. I'm getting too old to do that. I've explained it to my wife. I'm almost 50 years old, 2.5 years away from 50. Yeah, almost, I guess, a little less than 2.5 years away from 50. I just don't want to keep working like that. If I want to work like that, I want to work at doing something like this. I want to make great products that I can sell and be my own business, be my own boss, and hopefully bring you along for a ride of entertainment and joy, and hopefully you guys get a kick out of it. Anyway, then we go over here to my Twitter account, at Force1 Studios. You can follow me on Twitter, but I'm not going to lie, I don't go on Twitter all that often. What I do on Twitter mostly is I post to Instagram, which then allows me to post my Instagram pics over to Twitter or Facebook. Actually, Facebook, but then I have to share and push it over to Twitter. It's just a way for me to keep things going, because I have my own Facebook page, again, under Force1 Studios. You can go under and look under Facebook, on Facebook, and go to Force1, that's Force number 1 Studios, and I have a page on there which you'll also see other material, and I'm trying to post some of these videos on there as well as on YouTube. Again, on YouTube, you can go under YouTube, which you'll find this video, obviously, under my Force1 Studios banner as well. I try to keep everything pretty simple. Force One Studios, Force One Studios, Force One Studios. That is my brand, and I want everybody to follow me on that. Of course, I'm going to have little sub brands on there. Lily Sketchpad. I'll be making t-shirts of that one pretty soon, promise you. But anyway, let's go to the next overlay. The next overlay over here is going to be more personal. This is where this smaller little square again, I'll have these scrolling, I guess, art portfolio, scrolling portfolio of all my artwork pieces that I've done. I want to add new stuff here and there, put new stuff in there, and hopefully you'll get a kick out of it. But then over here is where I'm doing my personal message, when I'm talking one-on-one to you guys. Again, right now I'm screenshotting, showing you guys my my computer screen so you guys can see what I'm working on, because I want to entertain you and show you guys that I am not slacking. I am actually working on stuff. But you see over here, this is where I do my one-on-one message. I got my little ink spot there with Tom Lilly on there. Again, all my tip jar, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook page information will be posted on there. And then we go back to this overlay once again. Just real quick recap on this one. This one is where I'll be doing Lily Sketchpad, the Family Edition is what I'm going to call it, the Family Edition. That's going to be the once a week live stream where I interact with my sons once a week. Still trying to determine whether it's going to be a Friday night or a Saturday night. Most likely for right now, it will be on Saturday nights until my schedule changes, which will be coming up in June, because we do what we call a pick, where we pick our scope of work, and I'm not guaranteed I'll be able to get a Friday, Saturday night off again. And usually I'm saying Saturday, why we're doing a live stream on Saturdays, because Friday nights are not guaranteed to be mine. As I said, with SEPTA, your first day, they are allowed to draft you to bring you in for mandatory overtime. So anyway, I've gone over that, what failed, what succeeded. That brings me up to what we're going to do. Again, remember, I'm going to do 3 videos a week. All right, 3 pre-recorded videos. Obviously, this will be the first one. Then I'm going to be doing 1 live stream a week with my family. It's going to be the Lily's Pad Family Edition. I hope you guys come along and join me for the ride. I'm going to try to make this as easy and as swift and as good as I possibly can. All right. I think I have almost eaten up all my time on this video. I would like to once again say thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe and or like if you like this video. I promise you they'll only get better. Also, if you could leave comments below. Hopefully, please, I ask only for constructive criticism, constructive comments. Vulgarity is not my thing. I'm not really into it. And if you're going to get vulgar and nasty, I'm probably just going to, I'm going to ignore your comments. But again, I hope you guys enjoy and welcome along the ride. Again, my graphic novel I'll be working on is called Solomon's Temple, and I hope to have it out soon. I'm working on it, but it's going to, actually I shouldn't say soon, it's going to take a little while because I'm working on it by myself. I'm going to do a crowdfunding campaign, but I want to make sure that most of the book is done before I start the crowdfunding campaign, because I want to make sure I actually have a product for you guys. I don't want to overpromise, underdeliver. So I want to make sure I over-deliver on what I promise. You like that? Over-deliver on what I promise. So anyway, once again, you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for joining me here at Lily Sketchpad, brought to you once again by Force One Studios. I look forward to seeing y'all again. Y'all have a nice evening. Thank you very much. Bye now.